All right, hey everybody, Robbie here, got Pete with me again, and today we're going to be teaching you how to do a normal approach. And so we're here in Parowan, Utah, again, just north of Cedar City, beautiful area, gorgeous day. Pete's going to be getting into this downwind, and we'll look at how to do this normal approach. So the whole point of this is to get the helicopter from normal straight and level flight down to the ground to where we are going to be landing at. We'll be terminating in a 3 to 5 foot hover. Before we even start descending or anything, we're going to do a pre-landing check. Again, we like to call that a waterfall check. So looking at everything, we don't have any caution lights illuminated, and all of our gauges are all on the green, and we still have plenty of fuel. Our radios are set up, everything like that. So everything on our panel is 100% good to go. The way that we're going to set this up is when we are looking at our landing spot and into the wind, we're going to be at about 300 feet is where we want to be, and 60 knots. This is where we want to start this real approach. So if you're going from the downwind at an airport where we're a little bit higher, a little bit faster, right, we're going to be descending that down about 200 feet to get from our pattern altitude of 500 feet, get it down to that 300 feet for our approach altitude, and we're going to lose about 10 knots of airspeed from 70 down to 60. So we're all set up, looking down the runway at 300 feet and 60 knots. And then we're going to start lowering that collective and start that normal approach angle. A normal approach angle is about 10 degrees. And so we will set ourselves up to where the sight picture, our spot, looks about 10 degrees down from level. And we're going to start riding what we call a zipline down. So we just want a nice, just constant rate of descent all the way down to the ground, and then just slowly lowering that airspeed as we come down. So that power is going to be low. In the R44, we like somewhere around 11 to 12 inches of manifold pressure. And then slowly, as you can see Pete doing, just slowly using the cyclic to bring back our airspeed and hold that 10-degree descent down to the ground on that zip line. Now, we're watching on the windscreen where our spot is. If it starts, our spot starts climbing up our windscreen, that means we're underneath our glide slope, we're underneath our zip line, so we need to give a little bit of power in so we get back up to where that zip line's at. If it starts moving down the windscreen, we're gonna we know that we're going over our spot, so we need to lower a little bit more power and get back down to that zip line and keep that sight picture. The sight picture is really, really important with this maneuver. Our eyes are going to be outside for the vast majority of the time, only every once in a while letting our eyes come inside to verify on the gauges what our eyes are seeing outside of the aircraft. As the airspeed decreases, you'll notice that we have to pull power in with that collective, with that left hand, so that we can stay in the air as we come down. As you're doing this maneuver, the collective is going to control your rate of descent and your approach angle. Your cyclic is controlling your rate of closure, or how fast are you getting to your spot, or your airspeed, ground speed. And all of that rate of closure, as we know, is based off of ground speed. So those eyes outside, really seeing how fast are we getting to the spot. When we're about 50 feet off the ground, we're going to, if we are crabbing a little bit into the wind, if there's some crosswind or whatnot, we're actually going to stop doing that. We're going to line the skids down the runway and then slow down to a nice, brisk walking pace and get down to that hover power setting that we noted back when we picked up off the ground, and we're in a hover at the beginning of the flight, and so make sure that that power gets back up to that hover power setting so that we know that we can hover once we get to that 3 to 5 feet off of the ground. The whole time that we're doing this, we really want our eyes outside at the horizon, not looking straight down at our spot, and really still scanning around, making sure that everything is safe. We're going to be watching our manifold pressure to make sure that we're not requiring too much power from the aircraft. If we end up having to pull too much power and the aircraft doesn't have it, we can get into some serious issues, and we'll have to go around, so always monitoring that power as we're coming down. As we get close to the ground and we're pulling that power in, just remember you are going to need left pedal in order to counteract the yaw that's going to occur from the power pull. And then we arrive in a 3 to 5 foot hover off of the ground. Just so that we understand what our ACS standards are for this maneuver, our termination point, we need to be plus or minus 4 feet from our spot for private standards, and plus or minus 2 feet for our commercial standards. We also have to avoid settling with power conditions maintain normal glide slope, so we can't be doing like a step down. We have to actually just nice glide slope, or that zip line that we talked about all the way to the ground, and then we maintain a constant rate of closure, meaning we're not speeding way up or slowing way down, that it's a pretty constant deceleration as we come down closer to the ground. And so that, my friends, is how we do a normal approach to a landing in a helicopter. Thanks for watching today, and we will see you next time.